Today we are going to be ranking the greatest moments from Attack on Titan. Of course, if you're watching this video, spoiler territory, okay? Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Kyle. I am your guy with too many YouTube channels. I wanted to talk about my favorite moments, and we're not going to be ranking these by arcs or anything like that. If you can see kind of where this is going already, I'm talking about like very specific moments and not like a giant type battle in general, if that makes sense. When I was watching these moments, and this is how I'm going to be ranking them, what made me jaw drop the most? What made me feel the most? What made me feel the most hype? What made me feel the most sad? What was tugging on my emotions the most? That's what we're going to be ranking things by. Not necessarily my favorite moments. I'm going to be ranking them about how I was feeling watching this, okay? With that being said, of course, this is all my opinion. I would love to know what you guys think about this down below. We're ranking everything from SS to B tier. Not sure why we would have an NA, but we've run into a couple things in tier list videos that we've done, so I thought we'd include it just in case, okay? Starting off with Eren versus Annie. The final battle that they had. This is so tough because I want to put everything into S and SS. But in comparison to everything else, and I might shuffle things around, I'm going to start this off with an A tier. It was a very good fight. I loved like the entire build up to it. I loved how like Eren went into rage mode and they actually had their MMA and their boxing, the technique that they've had. I've enjoyed all of that, but there were better moments, like the Reiner reveal. Oh my god, Reiner and Bertolt actually revealing themselves to be the Colossal Titan and the Armored Titan was one of the best moments in Attack on Titan history. The music behind it, the production, everything was perfect. From the fact that I had to stop and like think about like, wait, did I just hear that right? Because, hey, I'm the Colossal Titan, or I'm the Armored Titan, he's the Colossal Titan. I'm like, did I just hear that right? And it's in the background. It's a very interesting reveal. And to the point where, it's going to sound cringy coming in my mouth, but like like the music with it too. The reveal from Eren, like just transforming, going like, damn you traitors. Like, oh my god, all of it was phenomenal. And this is absolutely going into the SS tier. And this is where it's going to get a little bit difficult to start ranking things because we have moments too where it's not as grand, but it was very powerful. Like Gabby and Kaya arguing. I particularly really enjoyed Gabby's story. And I loved that we were constantly watching her entire worldview shatter around her when she's arguing with Kaya and she's breaking down. There's nothing that she can do. And it's like, obviously Kaya's completely in the right. Like, why am I such a bad person for something my ancestors did and things like that, right? I loved watching all of that. Very powerful. But in comparison to everything else, we are going to be putting this into the B tier, okay? Eren versus Dina. The smiling Titan returning and him screaming and actually getting the power of like, okay, maybe Eren does have powers that we don't know about. The fact that this Titan, when the smiling Titan returned after everything that Eren's been going through, it was like jaw-dropping, dude. As soon as like that smile came about and Eren couldn't transform, and he actually ended up punching and coming into contact, and we know why everything ended up working, but it was all so heartbreaking. It was all so powerful. This was a very underrated moment. I'm going to put this one to the S tier. I don't think it's as good as the Reiner reveal, but it's so good, man. The ending and post-credits scene. Attack on Titan coming to an end was very powerful. Okay? Mikasa, seeing the bird, touching the scarf, and then watching everything that happened after that with the post-credits scene and how the story was going to continue on. So good, man. So powerful. But I'm going to put this into the S tier. I think I felt more with Eren versus Dina, so I'm going to put it right there, okay? The Smiling Titan. Eren's mom getting eaten. Again, very powerful. And it's the beginning of the show, and I was like, dude, what am I watching right now? Oh my god, and Eren watching his mom die. The way that her body just snapped. Her just eating it and the blood flying everywhere. Oh my god, it was so good. But again, in comparison to everything, I'm going to put this into the B tier right ahead of Gabby and Kaya argue. Whew. One of the most underrated moments in the history of Attack on Titan is pick your side, Krista. Oh, dude, Attack on Titan, there is like no show or very few shows where I look at the female characters in the show and I go, dude, that's badass. Mikasa is one of them. And this moment right here, I was feeling it hype too. I have seen so many cool edits of Mikasa going listen, there's only so many lives I can give a damn about. Pick your side, Krista. Eren or the bitch I'm gonna kill. Oh, so underrated, dude. So underrated, and this is an SS tier moment. I think that'll be a little bit controversial, but like The artwork with the eyes, the music, everything being put together, nobody knowing what's going on, being such a high tense moment. Mikasa coming in like that, so good, man, so good. Armin being captured, Armin screaming at himself. It was very powerful. You had all of Armin's emotions come out of him, and he was arguing or yelling at his unconscious body like, "Get up, you piece of shit," things like that. The voice actor did a beyond phenomenal job with that, and I was like really, really, really feeling it at the moment. This is also an S tier moment. I'm going to put it right behind Eren versus Dino, okay? The Underground Chapel. Understanding that story that was going on, historian Eren talking, the tension with the father, everything. It was very, very good, but I don't think it compares to a lot of stuff that we're talking about here. I'm going to put this one at the top of B tier so far. Now, here's the biggie, okay? Oh, sorry, I just messed that up, okay? Here's the biggie. On your feet, Dad. Oh. This show had so many great moments. I don't even know what to say, man. Just, like, it's jaw-dropping. We were so confused about what's going on. We're finally seeing what Grisha was actually doing in, like, real time. We're traveling through all of those memories. And then being confused because he's not doing it. And all of a sudden, on your feet, Dad. You're not done yet. And, like, the way, Aaron's voice actor is so good, too. Like, I don't remember exactly what he said, but he's like, yeah, and they fed her to your dog. They fed her to their dogs. Like, oh, my God. So good, dude. I think that it is absolutely an SS tier, okay? Absolutely one of the greatest moments in Attack on Titan history. But I think the Reiner reveal beats it by a little bit. But, man, everything that's in the SS tier, man, I think you're going to be able to shuffle around. Unfortunately, you know what? I'm going to bump Pick Your Side, Krista, down to the S tier, because now that I'm thinking about it, it does not stack up to these two, okay? I just love that. Like, Eren or the bitch I'm gonna kill. Oh, so good, okay? Oh, my soldier's rage. This might be my favorite moment in Attack on Titan, but I could be wrong. Maybe there's going to be something that we come across where it's a little bit better. Oh my God. Dude, if you happen to be coming across this channel and don't know anything about me or my other content, I have been involved in martial arts my entire life. Something that I love is sparring. My biggest passion is probably fighting. Dude, I'm telling you right now, if I had earbuds in my ear when I was sparring and I listened to like an edit of My Soldier's Rage, I guarantee you there's nobody that's going to be able to beat me in a fight after we like feeling the amount of hype there. Oh, like just the power in Erwin's voice. My soldiers scream out. I would scream right now. My baby's sleeping. My puppy's sleeping right next to me too. Like, my soldiers. And when he says rage, oh, my soldiers rage. And the entire scene with all of them dying, accepting their fate. Erwin, we thought that Erwin was going to die through all of it. This is one of the greatest moments, if not the greatest moment in Attack on Titan, in my opinion. SS tier. Better than the Reiner reveal, okay? The basement. Finally getting revealed about what all of the secrets that we haven't known, that we were wondering, and this big thing that they've been building up for so long. It was very rewarding, but at the same time, I don't think it stacks up to everything else over here. It was great learning about all of this, and I'm going to put this at the top of B tier, okay? The battle with Krista's father, turning into that, I don't even know what that Titan's called, the Faceless Titan. It was just a good battle. It doesn't stack up to the other battles in the entire show. It was fun watching this giant Titan, but not a ton happened. So I'm going to put this one in the B tier, but at the top of B tier so far, okay? Reaching the sea. They finally got to reach the sea, but then Debbie Downer Eren had to ruin the moment, okay? It was so weird watching them smile, watching them play around in the water, tasting the salt, all of those types of things, right? It was very fun to watch, and it was it's such a tragic show that it's off-putting to watch them smile and splash into the sea. But then here's big Downer Eren going. And I get why he did it, right? But to be honest with you, that took me out of the moment a little bit. I was so happy for them, and then this big fat downer ruined it. It was a good moment. It was a very, very good moment, and I'm going to put this at the bottom of A tier, okay? Landing on Eren. The build-up to the final battle that we were having when Armin was like, Eren, I've got something you're going to say, and you're going to listen. The amount of hype that I felt we're about to conclude Attack on Titan. It was kind of similar to if you watch Demon Slayer, the Enter the Infinity Castle, a whole scene with that. I kind of got that same hype level from that. But again, it doesn't really stack up, so I'm going to put this into the B tier, but at the top of B tier, okay? Eren saying bye to Armin. talking about like if there's a hell, and if there's a hell, I'll see you there. It was very emotional, it was tugging on the heartstrings a little bit. I think it was a good moment. I'm going to put it right behind Aaron versus Annie, okay? Gabby saving Kaya. Again, I was very invested in Gabby's entire story. I like the fact that she was actually having some redemption for herself, and again, she was so emotional about it, so upset with herself, and she's trying to change things. She's coming to realization about like what's going on, right? But again, I just don't think that it stacks up, so I'm going to put Gabby saving Kaya right with the Gabby and Kaya arguing. I think it was a little bit better because it had a little bit of payoff over here. But other than that, the Colossal Titan appearing, kind of introducing us to Attack on Titan. Kind of seeing what the show's about, the tragedy that fell with this, the Titans roaming in, the Titans killing everybody. It was very good. It was fun to watch, and it was crazy. I'm going to put this right behind landing on Aaron. And following this, the battle on Aaron. The final battle. There's not really a specific moment that I wanted to touch on, but like, you know, just everything that went on, battling all of the Titans, figuring out, like, trying to blow up Aaron's nape. All of that was very fun to watch, and it was a very, very fun conclusion. I thought it was great. Really, really great. I'm going to put this into the S tier at the bottom of S tier, okay? Reiner's backstory. Again, very tragic. Very, very tragic. This made me like Reiner so much more than I did. And it made you feel really bad for him. And it was fun really learning about all of that. So I'm going to put this into the A tier at the bottom of A tier. Aaron attacking the stage. Oh, the amount of tension there when Falco brought Reiner down and Aaron was just sitting there. And then you figured out that Aaron was actually going to do the same thing that Reiner did. Oh my God, when he started to transform. Oh, that was hype. And attack the stage. He became the same bad guy that the Colossal Titan was in the first season. I loved the parallels drawn there. And it was crazy to watch. It was so tense. It was a great moment, and this is going to go into the S tier. I'm going to put this one right behind Aaron versus Dina, okay? Hanji's death. From her and Levi saying goodbye, to her admiring the Titans, to her kind of saving the day. Whatever song that they chose, like, it's going to sound cringy, like, na 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 na, like, I can just imagine it right now. And her, like, again, screaming as she's taking them all down. It was all very, very well done. And this, in my opinion, is an SS tier moment. I'm going to put it at the bottom of SS tier, okay? Aaron's death. The finale, man. Pretty well the finale. From Mikasa tightening her scarf after the vision that she had. Aaron's in the side of the mouth. Help me reach him. And just with the music, the choice of music with Levi gracefully flowing through everything, blowing up Aaron's teeth from Mikasa. And again, I shouldn't have used the word gracefully because it more so applies to Mikasa. Just gliding through all of the debris, getting into Aaron, getting there and actually following through with slicing his throat. This is one of the greatest moments in the show. It was so emotional because it was the end. Do I want to put it ahead of On Your Feet, Dad? I do. But again, like everything in the SS tier, man, you can just shuffle around. It's so good. Now, Gabby and Nicolo. That was very tense. With him learning what happened to Sasha, and Gabby again watching her entire world falling around her and kind of understanding what happened. That along with Falco accidentally getting some of Zeke's spinal fluid. All of it was very tense and it was crazy. And you had the forgiveness of the father and everything. All of it was very tense, very good. It was a very, very underrated scene. I'm actually going to put this into the A tier ahead of Aaron saying bye to Armin, okay? The Judgment fight. I don't know what else to call this, but the episode's called Judgment, and it kind of all started off with Peak pointing at Aaron. We had some really fun like moments with the Cart Titan, things like that. Aaron and Reiner were going at it again. It was just a very, very high stakes, fun fight. And this is going to go into the S tier. I'm going to put it... Ooh, this is tough. I'm going to put it right behind Aaron attacks the stage, kind of in like the similar area. The baby being passed around. When the rumbling was starting, dude, when I was watching that baby get passed around, I was like, dude, with the way Attack on Titan is, with the way that Attack on Titan is, this baby's going to die and I'm going to hate it. But everybody was actually just passing around the baby, saving the baby. It barely got saved with the rumbling, dude. I was feeling so much like tenseness watching this. I'm going to put this right behind the Colossal Titan appearing, okay? Aaron versus the Warhammer. One of the most underrated fights in Attack on Titan, in my opinion. I loved watching this brand new Titan. I loved watching Eren retransform. I loved watching the scouts, the Beast Titan appearing. This entire battle was so chaotic, and it was like obviously right after Eren ended up attacking the stage. It was brutal, but we're gonna like separate this just a little bit more. I loved watching them go at it. It was actually funny watching Eren punch the Warhammer mid-transformation too. This was a very, very, very fun fight. I'm going to put it actually ahead of Eren attacking the stage. Armin versus the Colossal Titan. Ugh, tugging on the heartstrings, man, with him lying with his plan for Eren. Eren saving the day, going, gotcha. Bertolt not understanding. And I actually thought that Armin was dead there. And I was like, oh my god, Armin's dead. Armin's dead. I couldn't believe that he was alive. I couldn't believe it. But this was very, very tough to watch. This is also going to go into the S tier. I'm going to put this one, actually, I'm going to put it right behind Eren versus the Warhammer. I was really, really hyped watching that fight. Now, one of the most underrated things in Attack on Titan that doesn't get enough attention is that episode with Sasha alone. Dude, with her visiting that town and the horror of the Titan eating the girl, it was Kaya's mother. The horror there in general, watching the little girl, watching the girl, the mother alive, just sitting there being consumed. I don't know how else to say it, but they captured the horror element of this perfectly. From the Titan slowly chasing them, this was, dare I say, one of the most and greatest, most underrated and greatest episodes and moments in Attack on Titan history. It was so drawn out too, and Sasha really kind of came into her own. We learned about Sasha's backstory. It was great, man. I'm putting this into the SS tier ahead of Hanji's death. So underrated. Now, Gabby and Mikasa save Armin. I felt so good watching this. Again, I was very invested in Gabby's story. I like that after we saw her kill Sasha, it really made me feel good when I was watching her hit the shot, but properly. That animal was running around capturing Armin. She hits the shot, and then Mikasa comes in and saves the day. It was just a very, very hype moment. And again, I was watching it like, it was phenomenal. Phenomenal. I'm going to put this into the SS tier as well, ahead of Hanji's death. Loved that one, okay? The rumbling. Ooh, you know what? You know what, guys? I'm putting it ahead of My Soldier's Rage. This is the best moment that we talked about so far. From learning about King Fritz and Ymir, and him, it was so powerful with him giving that speech. It's like, this world will prevail. I don't remember exactly what he was saying, but Eren interrupting that, the music coming to a halt. I'll end it here and now. I'll put an end to this world if you give me your strength. You're nobody's slave. I can't quote the entire thing. You're no god either. You're just a person. You don't have to serve anyone. You can make your own choices. And if I know I'll probably have a couple words messed up there, but you get my point. Zeke not understanding. And then, you know, the drums start beating. We see Zeke, we see Eren. But then for the first time, we see expression on Ymir's face. And then the rumbling starts. Where Eren, we weren't sure if that he died, or at least I wasn't sure that he died. The giant founding Titan appears. Eren has the power, and the rumbling starts, and realizing that Eren's actually going to flatten the world. This was what the show was kind of building up to, and it completely exceeded expectations. In my opinion, this is the greatest moment in Attack on Titan history. I don't know if we're going to get better than that, okay? The Attack Titan appears. It's so funny comparing this to something within the first few episodes. It was very hype. It was very confusing. I was like, okay, so maybe there's a little bit more to these Titans. Why is this Titan fighting the other Titans? I thought Mikasa was going to die. I thought Eren was dead. Very, very, very good moment. I'm going to put the introduction to the Attack Titan right behind Gabby and Nicolo, okay? Oh, who to save? Oh my god, I don't remember the episode name for this one, guys. Oh, that might be the best moment. Finding out that both Armin and Erwin were alive at separate moments and thinking that we're going to save Armin, but then Eren standing up to Levi, Mikasa standing up to Levi, Levi being too exhausted to stop anybody and having the argument there. And that entire thing was so dragged out and horrible, and watching Armin's burnt body, that was one of the most tense things that I've ever seen in my entire life. Is it better than the... Oh man, you can shuffle so many things in the SS tier around, guys. I am going to put it... I'm going to put it right behind the rumbling. It was better than My Soldier's Rage, okay? Now, continuing on. I said advance, god damn it! Very hype, but it's a little bit of an isolated moment, okay? So we're going to actually put this one into the B tier at the bottom of B tier. Very hype, very cool, and it's still one of the greatest moments in Attack on Titan history. It just doesn't stack up. Eren versus Reiner, the first battle after the Reiner reveal. One of the best fights in Attack on Titan. It was so brutal. We actually got to see Eren finally face off against one of the Titans that we were building up to this entire time. And it was brutal. It was great. It had proper MMA in it, which I'm somebody that can appreciate. Oh my god, it was so good. This is absolutely, again, an SS tier moment. Where do I put it, though? I think the reveal... Oh, but like, I'm putting these things in front of On Your Feet, Dad. Oh. In the moment, I was feeling... I'm going to put it right behind the Reiner reveal. It's almost equally as hype, but the reveal for Reiner was more powerful than Eren versus Reiner in general, okay? Levi versus Zeke in the forest. With Levi having to kill all of his comrades, with Zeke thinking that he's going to get away, with not really knowing what's going to happen, but Levi still having his badass moment and getting a one-up on Zeke the way that he did. It was very hype, very cool to see, and I just realized that I'm in the way. Let me move my camera down over here, okay? This is, again, another great moment, and this is going to go into the S tier. I'm going to put Levi versus Zeke in the forest right ahead of Armin versus the Colossal. Very good. Now we have the reveal where Eren sent the Titan towards Mom. It was crazy to learn about all of this, but it did not have the same hit, in my opinion, as an On Your Feet, Dad, but it was probably trying to be like the same level of shock. It just didn't hit the same, but it was also a very crazy moment, okay? I'm going to put I sent the Titan towards Mom right ahead of Eren saying bye. A little bit of the same vibes that I was feeling over there, okay? Eren versus the Jaw. I think we can put it with Eren versus the Hammer. It was brutal watching him make the Jaw eat the crystal. It was so, like, brutal, and we didn't know what Eren was doing. We had the questions, and we had the scouts watching him and being horrified about what Eren was doing. Eren himself was horrifying in general, and watching the Jaw scream as he didn't want to crush the other Titan. Oh my god, it was crazy, okay? I'm going to put it actually ahead of Eren versus the Warhammer. Now the boat battle. I couldn't find a good picture to use. Unfortunately, we're going to be using Armin over here with his mouth shot open. This was tragic to watch. All of the comrades having to fight against each other. Everybody killing each other. Nobody ended up being left alive. It was a very, very drawn out and tough. And drawn out in the best way possible, I mean. But it was a very, very tough moment to watch. I'm going to put this into the S tier. You know what? I'm going to put it right ahead of the battle on Eren. Levi versus the Beast Titan. Oh my god, again. Like, what do we do? Everything in the SS tier is so tough. We finally got to... It was the first time, and the plan worked with My Soldier's Rage after everybody sacrificing themselves, and Zeke having that realization where it's like, oh my god, my Titans are falling, and then we have the flashback to Reiner going, oh, there's a single soldier that might give me an issue. The music with that too is so good. Watching Levi take down the Beast Titan was one of the most hype things that we've seen, and we finally got to see that Beast Titan fall after everything and everything he did and everybody that he killed. This is one of the best moments in Attack on Titan. You know what's crazy is I keep thinking, like, I can't believe that I'm putting On Your Feet, Dad so low. But I'm not going to lie, guys. I was feeling more in these moments, and I'm going to put Levi versus the Beast Titan ahead of that as well. I'm going to put it right in front of On Your Feet, Dad, okay? Let's continue on to Gabby screaming. Now, this is the moment with Eren versus the Warhammer Titan, and I think that this doesn't get enough credit, and whoever is that voice actor for Gabby, man, oh my god. When all was lost, when Eren just devoured the Jaw, or took the power of the Warhammer Titan, I mean, and was just about to devour the Jaw Titan as well, just the silence, and Gabby screaming, Reiner! Like, it was so powerful, and Reiner wanting to just blow his brains out, telling him to stop and shut up, and then Reiner comes in and saves the day at the last second. I think it's one of the most underrated moments in Attack on Titan. I am putting this one into the SS tier. I'm going to put it right behind Sasha being alone, okay? Learning about Grisha's backstory. Poof! Another wild moment, dude. Another absolutely insane moment. From everything about that, I was glued. Like, oh my god. All of this is happening. Like, the reveal of everything that we've gotten with Grisha's backstory being told was so captivating. I'm going to put it into the S tier. Yeah, I'm going to put it ahead of the fights with Aaron versus John, Aaron versus the Warhammer. I'm going to put it... do I put it ahead of Aaron versus Dina too? I'm going to put it right ahead. Right ahead. S tier moment, okay? Finally, pass. The first time we entered pass after Aaron got his head blown off, learning a little bit about what's going on and being so confused and watching, like, seeing Ymir for the first time. It was all a giant grand reveal, which I think really paid off, and I'm going to put this into the S tier. I'm going to put it at the bottom of S tier. In the introduction to pass, I think that's where I'm going to throw that one, okay? Gabby shooting Aaron. Guys, I wasn't sure if Aaron died, because I was thinking, like, Attack on Titan has messed with my expectations so many times in this show. I was like, okay, so I guess the rumbling won't actually happen. Aaron might be the bad guy. And then I wasn't sure if Aaron was dead, but I was like, oh my god. My heart stopped when Gabby landed the shot on Aaron, from Aaron actually almost getting there. And then the slow shot with the music too, and Gabby just sitting there with the rifle, and poof. So good. So good, dude. Absolutely an S tier moment. I'm going to put Gabby shooting Aaron right behind Aaron versus Dina, okay? Oh, this is tough. Now, the forest battle. Definitely an SS tier. I think this might be my favorite fight in Attack on Titan. From getting to that other Titan, for Aaron wanting to transform that other time, from him, like, having that conversation with Levi where he wasn't sure if he wanted to transform or not. Annie was chasing all of them where he's like, he's talking about, like, oh my god, look how great these guys are. The Levi squad. Watching them all die one-on-one. And Aaron transforming too late, getting angry at himself for transforming too late, having that actual battle with Annie, with Mikasa, with Levi, and all of it. It all was so good and so tense and so drawn out in the best way possible. This is one of my favorite moments in Attack on Titan. You know what? I don't know if this is a hot take or not. I'm putting it ahead of the rumbling. The forest battle was my favorite moment in Attack on Titan history. I think so. I think so. I loved everything about that, okay? Let's continue on. You know what? We're gonna put these rest in NA, because we're not gonna put anything in the NA, and that's where we're gonna be ranking them from, because we're filling up the entire screen over here, okay? We're gonna put Sasha's death. Very tough to watch, with Gabby infiltrating the ship and then just shooting her. It was unexpected. And again, Gabby being the parallel to Aaron, I really enjoyed watching. It was a very tough moment to watch. And I'm going to put it into the S tier. I'm going to put Sasha's death at the bottom of S tier, though, okay? Mikasa and Falco. The moment where I thought Mikasa grew wings. It was kind of like we're in the middle of this climactic battle. Everybody's like half dead. Mikasa's saving everybody. Mikasa's taking down all of these Titans again, being the badass character that she is. Dude, from her going like, I'm better than all of you, I'll take you all on, or whatever she was saying. Voice actor, top notch too. And seeing Falco's Titan appear and save everybody was a very, very cool moment. It was very cool. It was very badass. I'm going to put Mikasa and Falco's transformation. Probably, I'm going to put it right ahead of the Judgment fight. I think it's a good spot for it. Zeke's death. From Zeke realizing and having that conversation with Armin, the point of life. And I really, really liked when Zeke kind of accepted his fate. He understood what needed to be done. He came out and he looked out and he's like, wow, what a beautiful day. What a beautiful day. I wish that I could appreciate it. It was very powerful. And him being comfortable with his death, saying, hey, Levi. And then Levi, dude, I actually chuckled to myself a little bit because Levi had no issues just taking him out. Just didn't even think about it. Like, what? Why is he showing himself? Nope, just taking him out. And Levi finally got to finish the job with Zeke. I thought it was very good. Very, very good. I'm putting this into the S tier. I'm going to put it... I'm actually going to put this one right behind Gabby shooting Aaron. Okay? Aaron versus Armin. Aaron turning into his own colossal titan. Everything kind of, coming together. This is the finale of the show. It was very tough to watch. We did not know what was going to happen. And it was very, very it was gut-wrenching watching Aaron and Armin go after each other. This is, again, I'm going to put into the S tier. I feel like I keep putting everything behind Aaron versus Dina. You know what? I'm going to put this one right in between Zeke's death and Gabby shooting Aaron. And finally, Aaron getting eaten. Dude, I thought Aaron died. I don't know how many people thought that. But I was like, dude, this is going to be one of those Game of Thrones type shows where we're following a character and all the kids on our main character's dead. I couldn't believe it. And I was shocked to see that. He saved Armin. It was crazy. And it was like, oh my God, he really was a suicidal maniac. It was fun watching the fact that like they trained so hard for all of this and they finally got to fight all of these Titans. And then the horror that came about at the time and at the point of watching this show, dude, it was very good, very powerful. And none of this is going to go into the S tier. I'm going to put Eren being eaten. I'm going to put it right ahead of the boat battle. And guys, this is my ranking for the greatest moments in Attack on Titan history. I didn't know what I was going to put as my favorite, but the forest battle was my favorite moment. And of course, let me bring you over to the top right there. I'll put my webcam at the bottom. I said Advanced Goddammit is the one that I'm covering. It was just too little isolated of a moment, but a lot of people are really hyped about that. So let me know what your favorite moments in Attack on Titan history was. And if you are interested, we made a very interesting tier list video for Attack on Titan for which characters I would invite to the sleepover. You can check that out right here. I would love to have you over there. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. Take care, guys.